Yo, 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 yo. Good morning, man. We back again, man. I apologize for yesterday, man. We had a power outage while I was trying to make the video about 7 o'clock yesterday morning, man. It just really messed me up. Because after that time, I didn't have time to really get the video up or do anything after that. So I apologize for that. And we'll try to make sure that never happens again. So in the meantime, let's look at the chart from yesterday, man. Power plays Palace, man. We here though. We here. Stuff get in the way sometimes. But on yesterday, SPY opened up 774, 71, and it really made the big move of the day, kind of early, because it came down here. Initially, the 772 was like a $2 move, pushed up back to 773.65 before it really pushed down here to 771.25. Now, after it got into that area, it really consolidated for the rest of the day. And once it did that consolidation, you would be playing it. You could have played it, but you would have been playing in the chop zone. So, I tell you to be careful with that, especially if you're trading 0-day expirations on these options, them 0 DTEs. I tell you to be very careful with that because of the fact that what happens is you're trying to play those candles based off some of these signals, but when it's chopping up, down, and the only thing you really can depend on is the levels you set. Now I know yesterday, because of the power situation, I didn't have an opportunity to give y'all the levels that I had for yesterday, but based on what we've been doing, if you've been following along, we base everything on pre-market high, pre-market low. So that's how I do it over here. So that's in the previous day high and previous day low. So it gave you some levels to look at. Even if I'm not able to get a video, man, we always start with those levels. That's the way I do it. So if you're following me, thinking about what my strategy starts and ends with, pre-market high, pre-market low, previous day high, previous day low. To me, it's just a lot of consistency there with it. And then, of course, I look at the open range breakout, how the market moving that day. Because when you're doing when you're doing day trading, you want to see how the market is kind of moving that day, not necessarily over a long period of time. But getting a week's worth of data is not bad. That's why you look at weekly levels and monthly levels and things like that. Because once you see the stock or the ETF that you're trading moves into those areas, you can expect some type of reaction because of what they represent. And so, to me, that's what that is. And yesterday was one of them days where SPY could have been very good to you depending on when you got into a trade and how you played it. Because right here at 1140, when SPY goes from 771.60 all the way up to 773.62, that'd have been another nice move for somebody to get in, but you'd have had to get in at a good time where you don't get caught by time decay and all that, because that move ended at 250. So you have to see that. Now from there it ran down to 772, and then the day closed. And like I told you, the last 15 though, look at what it do in the last 15. So right here at 355, it ran down and it hit that low of 772. But in the last 15 minutes, right here at 405, that 772 went all the way to 773.32. So if you guy or somebody risk taker playing it like that, you could have had a nice little play right there because of everything that goes on around the end of the day in that last 15-minute quick push right there, because that's a move almost $1.50. So some people could have played that up and did pretty well off that. So, and then overnight it kind of stayed consistent until right here where it got this little gap up to the pre-market pre-market low for the day right now, 772.85, and now it's up there challenging the 774.03 area, which I have the pre-market high right now set, and all of that is still below the high today from yesterday, 774.90. So we'll see how the market moves to that right now. is about 640, so we'll see exactly what happens with that from there. Alright, and so let's look at the chart for today. So right now we have a previous day high of 774.90 with a previous day low of 771.25. Pre-market high 774.3, pre-market low 772.85. Now, if we're looking for a spot, if it breaks above 774.90, we're going to target 776, 770, 778, 780, 782. Remember, we up around the all-time highs area here for SPY. So, you know, it's going to be some levels set. But the psychological levels are actually good parameters when you don't have exact date levels at the moment. But as it continues to grow and build in this area, then you'll see it develop some strength. And then you have some consistency there with different levels. But if it rejects off of that 774.3 up to that 774.90, which is the previous day's high, then what we'll be looking at is seeing SPY come back down, and we'll be looking at the first retest, which will be our first level to stop at. It'll be the pre-market high 774.3. Targets after that will be 773.25, 772.85. And again, these are all previous levels that SPY has touched, and so we'll be looking for a reaction in those areas. And if it breaks below 771.25, we're looking at 770, 760, 50, and 767. And that's what our trade plan is for today. Now, I want you to be careful, you know, trading in the first 15 minutes. Even though, man, I tell you, sometimes it be some good trades. I hear people, you know, watch other people, you know, sometimes, you know, always trying to learn because you don't know everything. That say they only trade that first little part of the day. That's crazy to me, but to them they do it. So we're gonna see how everything goes, and we're gonna continue to work with this thing and go from there, and just do what we do, you know. But we can't be taking too many risks unnecessarily. But if an opportunity presents itself, then by all means, let's jump on it and take it, and then be safe with it. Now, in the meantime, it's your boy, man. Now, today Thursday, Friday tomorrow, last day of the week. Let's try to get it in. Be safe with your trades. Do the best you can. And if you don't like the trade, man, get out the trade. Save yourself some time. Get out of it. And then we'll go from there, man. But it's your boy, Power Plays Palace. If you want to join us, come over to Power Plays, man. We over there in the Discord, man. And we'll go from there. And we'll have some fun and go over some different stocks and different things that we're doing, man. It's Power Plays Palace, man. We out of here. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.